A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
Welcome all. This is Blaezer RTW. I hope you are well. I am all good. It's summer, it's hot. I'm a heating engineer. There's not many calls, which means that I don't have to start work until like 10, 11 and I get back about 2. So can't really complain at that. Makes up for all the 6 and 7 day weeks through the winter. And you'll probably, if you play with me online, you'll probably notice my gameplay go up like 400% now that I've actually got a bit of time to get back into the rhythm of it rather than just play once and twice a week sort of thing. Right, okay, so you joined me for a 5-player FFA. I'm pretty sure it's a 5-player FFA. I had a quick scoot around now and I can definitely see 5 armies, but because we're all sort of, you know, not sort of facing each other, some people are right at the back of their box, some at the front of the box. Sometimes it looks like there's a lot of distance between them, but we'll soon find out if I'm wrong or not. So first player up on the henge, up on the hill by the henge. This is the South Water map, is Borghino. He has got 4 cataphracts, 2 militia cav, archers, legionaries, and silver shields. They all look to have fairly sort of standard upgrades on them. Gold cataphracts, gold spearmen, 3 on the legionaries, and then I'll see the rest on the archers. So yeah, not too bad, I guess. Second player is Black Slave. He's gone Macedon. He's got 6 royal pikes, which have got 4 upgrades on, so probably silver, or bronze defense, gold attack. What's that? 5 archers, is it 4 or 5 archers, Cretan archers, and then 6 companions, which look like they've got between 3 or 5 or 4. Yeah, there's that. So next one along from him is Greece. This is Owls. He doesn't look like he's got any cav unless he's got something hidden at the back. He's got 5 Spartans with a gold defense on, I guess. I mean, at this money level, you don't really need totally crazy Spartans because of the money. And then 6 Cretan archers, which look like they've got 4 upgrades on him. Then penultimate player is Frisson. He's Carthage. He's got 4 Iberian infantry, 6 Sacred Band spearmen. They look like they're gold, 4 slingers, and then 4 companion cav that's gold. I imagine the Iberian infantry, the way he set it out, he's not put them in loose, but I would imagine they're a Peeler shield. He looked like he wanted to face Rome, which is me. So that would explain why he's sort of gone for that a little bit. You can see I've got SBQR. Mine cav is hidden in the woods, although I'm sure it's not fooling anyone. I've gone 5 urbans with a gold defense on, 2 archers, 4 auxiliary archers, and then a couple of Triarii. I don't know why that, it sort of works for pause on sometimes and then it doesn't. Weird. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, the Seleucids is right up there, Macedon's just behind these woods, and Greece is there, so they're not going to meet up for a bit. So it's definitely going to be us that first meets up. It looks like obviously I'm rushing out. I was thinking he was going to deploy up here on top of this hill and try and get the flat bit. He obviously thought I was going to deploy down here and be on this flat bit. And what that in turn has meant is that advantage me because I have a hill. So he's going to try and rush up the steep bit, probably to get to at least to this sort of line where I'm putting the cut. He probably should have come right the way up at least, because you can see there's less of a hill advantage sort of up there than there is where he is now. I'm just pulling, you know, obviously my formation round. I think I'm probably going to decide that my cav isn't worth hiding yet, so they're making their way over. Let's just double check that there's not been any quick raids. Macedon's only just moved. The Seleucids has just started to move. Macedon looks like he's actually coming towards Greece, though. Greece hasn't moved yet, so hopefully should be able to get on the backside of Carthage. and we can keep an eye on Greece at the back. It looks like Greece and Macedon are going to meet up first, but hopefully this fight will be pretty much over or thereabouts before they meet, and we won't miss anything. So you can see I've really obviously got the skirmish advantage. I probably, I don't know whether you would call 5 silver defense urbans against 6 gold sacred bands an advantage. I am on the hill though. And obviously he has got units that will soak up my peeler, so yeah, that's an interesting one. I've got the one more cav and a couple of triarii. If I was him, I would be, I don't know, I guess I'd peel off. It's hard to know whether you want to sort of envelop them and like flank them with one of them while the rest hold the rest up, or use him as a sort of anti-cav force because he's only got 4 cav. You can see my archers have been targeting his general. He's only got 16 left. I'm obviously not too worried about slingers. I doubt they're even in range of me. So yeah, that's pretty good. I've obviously split my cav up. Where did Greece go? Oh, there he is there. I can't see him because his banners have gone. Right, so yeah, I've sent 2 bits of cav out the right. My general's coming around the side. He's come and thrown all his cav into these 3 cav here. I'm hoping this is a triarii. It is. They're going to get thrown in there, and then this lot's going to come from the back, so that's pretty good by me. He's engaging all of his pikes against my 4, which is fine. I should probably just leave them on guard mode, those urbans, and then you can see I'm flanking with my general, and I should be hammer and anviling with these 2 that are coming around, but I'm going to take his slingers out first. Probably would have been better up at least taking just 2 of the sacred bands out first, because then that frees up an urban or 2 to then do the rest of that while I go and hunt down the slingers, which aren't really going to do a lot because they've been taken down. So you can see this lot's totally destroyed that sacred band cav. They have come back though, so I'm chasing them off. I've come in for a couple of hammer and anvil strikes. I think he's got 2 infantry there. Yeah, can you see that one's turned to face me? Yeah, so he may have turned that before, which would explain why it's down to nothing. God, this one is nearly. Yeah, he's nearly gone as well, so not great by me, not really being efficient with my cav. See, I'm bringing some bits back from over there. Really, it's just this infantry fight here. You know, obviously now I could use my other triarii, bring him around the back and just envelop one of the corners. I didn't bring my general around really good by the look of it. He's sort of coming to the side, whereas I should have come right the way around the back. You could, you know, even if you wanted to and you wanted to reserve arrows, you could bring the archers around the back and use them as that, because they, you know, they haven't got anything that can stop the archers. Oh, they got this up unit here, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to come in for a couple of hammer and anvil strikes. I don't know if you've seen them in time. That was the one that did it. That's breaking his centre, which means I'm going to be able to double up on his infantry now. My general's not got many. Oh yeah, he's just done this units in there, and then yeah, I'm guessing my horses are just going to take down there. So in a minute we'll have a look exactly what I've got left. I think that I probably lost too many when I did that hammer and anvil strike. I should have done the hammer and anvil, gone for the slingers, and then just cleared up with the urbans. But there we go. It looks like these guys have only just started engaging. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pause it. And then I'll restart it literally from when they meet, which should be just 30 seconds before I finish that bit. So I will see you in a second. Okay, right, so the enemy's just been, the enemy general's just been chased off there at the back, so that's the sort of stage of my battle I'm at. You can see Greece has pushed right up, he's coming into the woods. Macedon has got his archers laid out across the back of his pikes, which are there, and he's also got a couple of cav going in, and his rest of his 3 cavs there. So let's have a little look. This will be good practice for me, because I'm not very good with like the camera when you're fighting in trees, so try and keep his eye as best I can. Obviously he wants to engage his Spartans. He does want the cav coming in the back and taking out his archers like they are doing. None of the rest of his army is coming up, and the thing is what will happen is as soon as he turns his back, to chase this lot, then he's obviously going to be his Spartans are all going to be getting shot up. I might have been tempted if I was Matey Boy with the Spartans to actually just carry on and go for the Royal Pikes and the archers up there. And then if he come in for any hammer and anvils, just leave one behind, and one Spartan should be all right to take out those few cav. But yeah, I think he's got himself in a bit of a muddle by the look of it. He's rushing his archers out to the side, but obviously Matey's got archers as well, which are going to be taking his out. Yeah, you see he's been depleted quite well. He's moved his whole army across. He's still got quite a lot of Spartans, which is to be expected. So we got to keep an eye on the Seleucids in the back as well. Really, I think from the fact that no one, apart from Matey Boy Seleucids, no one else really camped as such. Everyone moved to each other straight away almost. So that would make me think it's scored. Yeah, so you can see Macedon's pulled in some pikes to hold up the Spartans. Now he's rushing in some pikes around the back along with his cav now that the Spartans are engaged. Was that yeah, the old Spartans' morale is all gone. He's actually going to bring all his army this way now, I'm guessing, obviously with his mind's eye on the Seleucids, which are probably going to try and take his archers out.
The gods have filled the heart of the enemy general with fear.
Okay, yeah, I think Greece had the right idea in going for the woods, because obviously that sort of negates the cav charge a little bit. But really, you know, he should have almost thought, because his archers, they're good Cretan archers, but obviously his Spartans were going to win him most of the game if he could. But yeah, it's a difficult one. I mean, he had to protect his archers from that cav coming round the back, but then he just got shot up and his morale lowered, and yeah, that was that. So yeah, a bit unfortunate for Matey Boy, but there you go. Hopefully he learned a lesson. You can see the Seleucids is being quite aggressive now. Oh no, he's not. He's walking. I thought he spread everything around the side, ready to envelop Macedon. Macedon's doing the right thing though. He's going to regroup well out the way and get all these points. He obviously wants that Greek general. That's going to be worth a lot of points to him. I'm just forming up now, so we'll check that out in a second. What I'll do is I'll just triple time it, because there's no point in watching any routing. I sort of probably, yeah, look at that, got everyone in situation. So it doesn't look like Macedon had too many cavalries. He probably lost a few pikes, not too many. He did use a fair bit of cav. He's probably got like 3 whole units worth there. His general's down to 1, which is why I don't generally put my general in the general in the cavalry. Okay, right, I need another sip of my coffee a second. You can hear the talking's dried my throat out. Right, okay. Right, you can see I've pulled out. Let's put that on play. Let's have a quick look at what we've got left if I can. So, my infantry's been taken down. None of them have routed though. I've got quite a lot of archers. I'm guessing they've got quite a few arrows left. My cav's very similar to Macedon's. And I have got a couple of Triarii at the back here, so I'm not too bad. Obviously, Seleucids hasn't been touched. Macedon, he's still got pretty much all his archers. Probably missing a handful of infantry. His major sort of thing is his most of his cavs, not most of his cavs gone, but at least half of his cavs gone. Yeah, I mean, I butchered my cav. But there we go. So yeah, it looks like we've got a bit of a Mexican standoff. Guess we'll forward it till we see the main move. Thinking now, I would probably suggest, as the Seleucid didn't rush Macedon and Greece and get all those points, that you would tend to go for the Seleucids, although obviously they've got the cataphracts and I've got urbans. So maybe Macedon might be a better target for me. And then I can only hope that he attacks Macedon and chucks his cataphracts into there, but they're worth the points. So I suppose you've just got to fight on whatever it is. I've got some Triarii which aren't great, but they should do a job. Yeah, so I'm actually coming down the hill. Or what I know what I'm trying to do, I'm obviously trying to get Macedon in the middle of us so that if he's going to attack anyone, it's going to be Macedon and not me. And obviously coming across this little ridge line here, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, that's got probably more the reason I did it is because that's the best attack route. Okay, so he probably should destroy me with that infantry. The only thing I could really do is I should have been rushing my Triarii with my cav, gone for his cav, and then brought my archers probably round this backside here down to the bottom of the screen and just shot the backup of his pikes and then engaged my urbans, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. Looks like I'm forcing him to rethink his line, just to give him, you know, something to do. My archers are actually coming around this way now. I think that's because the Seleucids are making their move. So he's got quite a nice little defence going on. He's still on the hill. What that sort of line off on the angle did is it's pulled his units that were far back up because he doesn't want them not to be in a line, if you know what I mean. He doesn't want them to be jagged. So I'm trying to get my archers away from these cataphracts if I can. My cav's still there. He's got an anti-flanking pike on the right. He's just about to double up a pike in the middle, so that's good play by him. He doesn't fancy the cataphracts by the look of it. They're going to come in for both of us. My infantry's starting to rout now. I've got the Macedon general though, so points. So that's 2 generals for me. My guys have routed. I don't know who's going to get my general out of them two. Looks like Macedon's probably going to get my general. It's too late for me to hammer an anvil now. So I should really just probably go for the archers. If I can be bothered, then I should really have regrouped everything now, because as soon as I see my line collapse, I probably should have brought my archers back over here somewhere just to the edge of the hill, just with the Triarii and the cav, and just let these two duke it out, and then me obviously just shoot them all up. But yeah, you know, archers aren't actually worth that much. It looks good on the kills, but you know, I've probably won as many where I haven't had as many kills as I have had the most kills. My cav's just obviously resting here. I'm going to pull them away now before the pikes catch up. What have I got here? 1 Triarii and some archers, which are slowly but surely getting taken out. Macedon's going to create his little defensive formation, which is good on him. Seleucids has sent his militia cav in. My Triarii is bypassing the royal pikes. Obviously, there's only one thing I'm going for with these, which is the cataphracts. But it looks like I should be pulling those cav. I should have ran them almost through the Triarii then, if you see what I mean, because they'll probably rout off before my Triarii reach, just like that. Which has just wasted them running across, and now they're probably knackered. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, didn't take any of them out. Yeah, so I think my guys are just going to chase after any of the cataphracts to see if I can get any of them. I've got this one unit of really depleted cav there. I don't know whether I'll just charge them into something or whether I might go for these archers. Looking at it, I've got a few archers left that have come back. Everything else is getting cleared up. These guys are just going to rout off because of the numbers. My other unit of Triarii has gone. Right, so let's get that onto a double. So yeah, depending what happens here, if the Seleucid just completely wipes the floor with Macedon, then it's going to be really tight between me and Macedon for the game. If Macedon puts up a good fight and takes quite a few down at his pikes, so obviously the cataphracts are not negated, but he needs to obviously rush his infantry up, which he doesn't look like he's doing, so he might not, you know, might not totally steamroller him, which is probably bad news for me. But let's have a little look. Look like it's getting to the end anyway. I mean, obviously on these scored ones, it takes ages for the routers to chase down. But as soon as we see what's how it all pans out, we'll just cut across to the screen. Okay, so he's bringing his militia cav round to the back of the formation along with some cataphracts. They're just going to come in. Really, that's not the greatest idea. He wants to, obviously, all these infantry that he's got 6 full infantry here. They just need to be lining up, chuck your healer in on the legionaries, engage everything, and then just, yeah, have your cataphracts there ready, but don't do what you're doing there until they're engaged. And he probably wouldn't have lost anyone there, or just a handful of soldiers. Yeah, he's just chucked him in. The fact that the route in Macedon isn't great morale, even with the general, without the general, when they're heavily outnumbered, has done it. So yeah, I think that's going to be about it for all of interest. So there's still quite long to go. So what I'm going to do is, obviously, I'll just cut it back in the main screen. Okay. Right, yeah, what it was that a pipe unit glitched, and most of his mates were out here, but there was one actually in the woods, and I could see all these cataphracts, and there's more in the woods, were sort of clicking on the guy. They were just sort of running around this bit in the plain, and the guy was just there slowly but surely making his way off, but he's done it now. So let's have a look who wins out of me in Macedon, I suppose. I won. Huzzah! Huzzah! Yeah, there wasn't a lot in it kill-wise, as in numbers. I would have thought there wasn't a lot in it score-wise either, because we basically take out, you know, I took out the Carthage, he took out Greece, which is pretty good points. So, yeah, good game to everyone. It was, you know, I like FFAs, they're pretty good. So, hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Later.